An obtained time will best describe the efforts of the Nigerian Navy Western Naval Command as it bites harder on oil thieves. An arrest is underway stemming from intelligence reports that a ship at high sea is being suspected for sucking the lifeline of the nation's Commonwealth, 199 nautical miles offshore. The Navy, led by the Flag Officer commanding Naval Western Command, boards the arrested ship, and true to its suspicion are criminals, 11 of them on board this vessel flagged St. Vincent and Grenadines.
We are investigating. If they are clear, they will be released, even though they already have a charge of AIS infraction. But if they are found guilty of crude oil theft, they'll be handed over to the relevant agencies for prosecution.
But how did the Navy detect an illegal activity was going on?
We arrived at this allegation because she's been sailing through oil fields with her automatic identification system switched off. Yes, she has naval approval to pick sludge from Port Harcourt, crude oil sludge, but her suspicious movement and turning off her identification system, which is supposed to be on at all times, so we know where she is and what she is doing.
The deployment of the Nigerian Navy ship Sokoto, which sailed 199 nautical miles to intercept the vessel and moved to Lagos anchorage, is a testament of how far the Navy is ready to go to stop daredevil men. In the meantime, samples of the product on board has been taken for analysis, the outcome of which will determine the next line of action according to the Flag Officer commanding the Western Naval Command. For now though, the successful detection, leveraging technology and arrest of MT Sizenil 2, despite the distance, aligns with key priorities of the strategic directives of Vice Admiral E.I. Ogala, Chief of Naval Staff, emphasizing the Navy's unwavering commitment to eradicating crude oil theft within the nation's maritime environment for economic prosperity of the country.
These 26 suspects are on parade for various offenses, ranging from kidnapping, unlawful possession of firearms, gun running, cultism, to mention but a few. Items recovered from them include 10 sets of military camouflage uniforms, 10 pieces of camel packs, 12 military hats, 3 cardigans, 3 t-shirts, 2 belts, and 3 anklets. Police also recovered weapons including 6 AK-49 rifles, 2 SMGs, 1 locally fabricated AK-47 rifle, a revolver, 290 rounds of AK-47 live ammunition, 4 AK-47 magazines, 2 SMG magazines, 2 pump-action rifles, a Dane gun, 2 Volkswagen Golf cars, bags containing several illicit drugs, 2.2 million naira in cash, and other dangerous weapons. Force spokesperson says police operatives, acting on credible intelligence, launched a manhunt and arrested a suspect over illegal possession of a prohibited firearm in Kaduna.
Okay, the story there is that they used to bury hams inside bags of grains under his seat, as he has a golf car. So they always conceive these items under the seat of the vehicle to transport and share to bandits and kidnappers.
Following ongoing investigations into the daily killings and unrest caused by rival secret cults in Edo State, operatives from the FIDIRT also arrested Edusa Obasui, Abumeri Endurance, Monday Utugu, and Esther Abumeri in Ekpoma area of Edo State.
During interrogation, they affirmed that the killings in the state were carried out by the Eye confraternity as a result of the rivalry between Eyes and Mafite. Edosa Obasui, how are you?
Can hear you, sir.
Since you joined the God group now, Eye, am I right?
Yes, sir.
What have you gained?
Nothing, sir. Absolutely
Nothing.
Yes, sir.
What is your message to people like you there in Edo and any part of the country who are into cultism and killing people?
For as many that have gotten themselves involved, they should eschew from that. There is nothing in there. And for as many that have not gotten themselves involved, they should just stay as a good Nigerian.
Furthermore, the operatives of the FIDSTS also intercepted the movement of military accoutrements from Kaduna to Zamfara State, precisely Shinkafi local government area. The suspects were said to be supplying military camouflage uniforms to the notorious bandit Bello Turuji and his gang members who have been terrorizing the state.
Are you a soldier?
I'm a civilian, sir.
You're a civilian. What are you doing with the uniforms, all these accoutrements?
The come from my best friend.
Your best friend?
Alasan, yes, sir. He's Air Force, Nigerian Air Force.
He's still serving?
What, sir? No.
What did they do?
He sent it to Bello Turuji.
What did Bello Turuji they do?
They wear that uniform.
To do what?
To go to operation.
Which operation?
Kidnap it and something like that.
The force is, however, resolute in its plans to go after those supplying arms and ammunition to bandits before going after the main criminals. Adejobi further reaffirmed the commitment of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, towards ensuring the safety and security of all Nigerians and foreigners alike. Despite of its claim to being the giant of Africa, women's representation in Nigerian politics has been on a downward slide since 2011. The 2023 elections in Africa's largest economy further confirmed global expectations of poor outcomes for women.
Who do you want?
The number of women in Nigeria's National Assembly has fallen by 19% compared to the last assembly, with women now occupying 3% of seats in the Senate and 4% in the House of Representatives. And when it comes down to the states, the lack of women representation becomes more glaring. Interestingly, after 25 years of uninterrupted democracy, no woman has been elected governor in any of the 36 states of the Federation. This NGO, the Vote Must Count initiative, is prepared to contribute to changing this narrative. Its group country director, Dr. Barry Johnson, insists women must be given opportunity to participate in the electioneering process.
This honestly plays a very important slide towards building Nigerian women in politics so that our women can also increase in the velocity of women interest in building a Nigeria that is possible.
While appreciating the group, Dr. Loretta Ogboro Oko promises to revamp agriculture and empower women, if given the mandate in the September 21st polls.
Why are there no toilets in our markets? Why is there no water? What happened to basic education, basic health care? Why is agriculture not mechanized? Why are some parts of the state very derelict and abandoned over the years? I have that opportunity now to be the change that I have always wanted.
On his part, the Labour Party's National Publicity Secretary, Obiora Ifo, reassures all of a level playing field for all aspirants vying for the Edo governorship election.
We are going to support her. We are going to do everything possible to support her after the primaries that is coming up on the 23rd of this month.
Dr. Loretta Oduwari Ogboro Oko is an author and a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist trained in the UK.
We move the end of the sale of forms till Monday.
President Bola Tinubu says that Nigeria is ready to host the African Central Bank in line with the vision of the Abuja Treaty. Addressing leaders at the 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Governments of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia on Saturday, President Tinubu said his administration will engage the African Union Commission in collaboration with member states to ensure that the bank takes off as scheduled in 2028.
Our union into the group of G20 is a welcome step in our long-standing demand to play our fair and proper role in the global stage. Nigeria will work closely with South Africa and others to justify the present and our representation in the continent.
The president affirms that Africa's success in conclusively addressing its challenges hinges on the firmness of its resolution.
By its own citizens representing.
He wouldn't mince words when he spoke about the military takeover in the republics of Guinea, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and the exit of 3 of these nations from ECOWAS. The president said disagreements over the constitutional changes of government should not mean a permanent rupture of the abiding lines of regional affinity and cooperation.
As chairman of ECOWAS, I will say emphatically here that we seek to harm no one. We seek to collaborate with those nations in transition.
On education, which is the theme of this year's summit, the president believes that education is the core ingredient in the process of evolving creative solutions to the unique challenges long confronting the continent.
Africa must also become a better educated in the humane art of democratic practice and conflict resolution. This year's theme encourages us to remodel our educational system to fit these goals in Nigeria. My administration is devoting ample resources to promoting education, including feeding our children in schools and investment in telecommunication and technology.
President Tinubu used the occasion to extend the invitation to the African Counterterrorism Summit, scheduled to take place in April 2024 in Abuja.
Sorry.
They're my short.
Oh, sorry.
On a soccer field, I enjoy your camaraderie. I wish Nigerian politics is like that. Using the challenges, the humility, left your other clubs and honor your country. You gave us a great excitement.
Take it with somebody.
Are we good?
No. Daddy.
Are we good very much?
It's a great day for all of us. You can see how the president received the team, and we're highly excited to say that we were being honored with a great honor of MON a member of the Order of the Niger, to all the entire team, and including even myself and my General Secretary. That is a great thing that will have ever happened to this country. That shows that Nigerians are really happy, especially our President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. We really thank everybody for the support given to this team, and by the grace of God, we are going to continue to do our best to ensure that we make Nigerians happy through football.
But yeah, we know that we are very disappointed with the result, but there is nothing we can do. That is what happened in football. So now we have to go back and work ahead for the next AFCON, and we have some more couple of games for the World Cup qualifiers, so that is more important. We really appreciate all Nigeria for the massive support that they do to us. It's not that easy. We know everyone wants the cup, but that is what Allah decided that is going to happen. Yeah, for our colleague, I don't think he deserves what he is getting now, because I think we have done our nation proud. So we think everyone have to be proud of each of any one of us. But nowadays we saw in the social media everything. If you want to attack, just attack all the team, not individual players. So for we are just pleading with everyone that have that mindset. You should just think we are women. There is nothing we can do. We made a mistake in life, but when something like this happens, so we have to come together as unity and appreciate one another.
Was there a lesson learned from the last match, the final match?
Yeah, there is a lot of lesson. You know, we are thinking and we are hoping that we're gonna win the cup, but at the end of 95 minutes, we lost the game. So I think that is a very big lesson that we have to go back and look into it.
Because literally the way the Mr. President said, he said he would really try our best. So, but it's up to him, like, to show this appreciation to us. But I really appreciate him so. I really appreciate him so much. Like, to be really honest, he really tried for us. To be really, he showed that we worked in Africa. So I appreciate it so much.
It's really sad what he's going through for the past, I think, 2 weeks now. Solidarity in the team. And I urge a lot of Nigerians that are cyberbullying players, because we are also human. Sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we have a good game and we get the hype. But of course, when you criticize, you have to be constructive when doing this type of things. I think, to be fair, what they have done to Alex is out of this world. Is not good. They should also look at his mental, because there are some of us that can take this to heart and then keep on grinding, and there are some of us that this thing will get to our head, and then we lose focus and we lose form. So I think we have rallied around him. We have spoken to him individually and collectively. So I think he's a strong dude, and he's ready to continue to give his all for his nation.
How prepared are you for the World Cup?
We are ready. I think now we just finished a tournament that is one of the most hardest we have played in since I started my career, and now we have to go back to our club to keep up the good work, and hopefully we get called up by our national team and give our all also. And of course the goal is to get a ticket to the World Cup, and I think we have the team and we have the squad to achieve that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All the states, we're going to have our office, we're going to have our vehicles.
Politicians that have been in the corridors of power for long may be in for a battle of survival in 2027, as the National Youth Alliance, a non-partisan but pro-democratic group, perfects plans to ensure the old political order fails in their bid to retain power at all costs.
Sincere youth in Nigeria now is a problem.
During its 2024 inauguration of the Lagos social media team of the NYA by its president, Ambassador Aliyu bin Abbas, who doubles as the national coordinator, We Move Naija project, made it crystal clear that it won't be business as usual anymore.
As young people that truly believe in the cause of this country, it is high time for us to change the narrative, because we don't want to continue following these old horses, our fathers, like they use us during politics, and then at the end of the day they dump us and then concentrate on their personal and selfish interests. Nigeria is our country, basically. We don't have any other place like Nigeria, and as it stands now, Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is not working.
The inaugurated Lagos social media team is gearing up to start its work of sensitizing youths in Lagos with a poise to to ensure that Nigeria gets the most credible leadership during the next elections.
We are a national body, and our main purpose is to make sure that we question any wrong movements, any wrong move that government takes that affects negatively the citizens of this country.
Earlier, the NYA president and national coordinator of We Move Niger project, Ambassador Abbas, told the youths that they were carefully chosen based on pedigree and track record. This may have renewed confidence lost by the youths who came out en masse during the last elections, but felt their votes were compromised by INEC. Where the pendulum swings going forward for the NYC can only be revealed with time.
Yes. Since when I was in primary school, I've been hearing about this corruption.
These are not the best of times for the FCT when it comes to security. FCT minister is determined to bring an end to the rising cases of kidnapping in the federal capital. To this end, the former governor of Rivers State announces a reward of 20 million naira for the capture of any criminal within the FCT. Mr. Wike makes this announcement during the presentation of suspects involved in kidnappings, one-chance and other criminal activities by the FCT Police Command in Abuja. Wike emphasizes that criminal activities should not be tolerated in Abuja and promises that the police and other security agencies will soon receive additional communication devices and equipment to enhance their intelligence gathering and operational efficiency.
Every day is for the thief man. The next day is for the owner of the house. They have terrorized us. They were happy, making news that FCT is not safe. So wherever they are, send their men out there. I'll give them 20 million naira.
In response to the security concerns raised, the Commissioner for Public Complaints in the Federal Capital Territory, Dalhatu Ezekiel, urges the federal government to prioritize resolving the security situation in the area by declaring a state of emergency if necessary. He also calls on Minister Wike to consider suspending ongoing projects to address this critical issue that directly impacts the lives of FCT residents.
As you have been supporting us, we just needed more of your support. But these ones, there are even more. Before Friday, you will hear completion. We are not going beyond FCT because they believe that they can come to kidnapping FCT and run to Garawuse, Tafa.
The growing insecurity in the nation's capital city has raised eyebrows from all quarters, with residents calling for an urgent resolution of this menace.
The meeting that has just been rounded up between the President and the 36 state governors. Recall that this meeting was called at the instance of Mr. President to intimate the state governors about what is happening, what the federal government is doing, and to also hear from the state governors their input about issues of development in this country. A lot of issues were discussed about the security situation in the country, the apparent food issue that the media has also been reporting about, and some other measures that will help in improving the state of our nation. Now, the first point is that a committee, the governors and Mr. President have agreed to set up a committee to deepen the conversation that has happened at the just concluded meeting. At this point, that the nation requires food to be brought out to the people so that we can control prices and put food on the table of most Nigerians